Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
And I'm like commenting it.
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And the other thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one at the go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Nico, Jordan, Sir Phil, fellas. I guess going into the game, I think the hopes was more on the side of that we do get embarrassed, because we're not in a good place, right? We out of the Champions League, injuries up to we neck, but it seems as though them fellas was not about getting destroyed today, right? I really thought we did well. Them fellas show fight, but I don't think we should be getting carried away to any level, because our expectations as Man United is not to, or it wouldn't be to sit in and defend, and counter in every game that we play, But I was telling, some people during the game, or even before the game, if you offer me a 0-0, because I'm not too confident in our ability to score to say even 1-1, right? If you was getting me a 0-0, I was biting your hand off before kickoff, and I pleased with the result. What we saying, fellas?
Yeah, good night. Jordan, nice to have you, man. Yeah, long time we haven't had you on the inside. I think that they what time it is in the UK right now?
It's 4 minutes past 1.
4 minutes past 1. Yeah. See, yeah, the kind of commitment for Manchester United and above all in all United, So really and truly appreciate that. Again, yeah, as Reem say, the form coming into today's game, I was really hoping for a damage limitation kind of performance, because Liverpool has been devastating, or in devastating form at home. I think they would have scored in every game they would have played in for the season at home, and then we know how our struggles are scoring goals, So a result like today, with the grit, tenacity shown today, and as much as Liverpool had all this amount of chances, I don't think Onana had much to really, having to be fending off last minute saves. I think we defended well. And I think the centre back pairings as well did yeoman service, to United today. And it's a grateful point, honestly. And if the slide we could have been on, especially the run of games that we have been in for the last few games and even coming up, I think this was a good point. Yeah.
What you fellas, Phil, Jordan, Chef, anybody?
Yeah, I could go ahead. Good night, everybody. Nice to be back. It's been a while. Yeah. I think just before the match, I went to church and spent a few hours, not few hours, like a few minutes after the match, just reflecting on the match, just what's gonna happen. And no, I honestly I was very surprised at the result, but I would have taken that 0-0 than we won't speak about the result that happened last time that happened. But yeah, the boys did well, we defended well, and honestly, I'm so happy because anytime we play at Anfield, I always feel very nervous all the time. It's just that stadium was always give me butterflies. I don't know why. It's just different atmosphere. I would like to go there to actually watch a match. That's like one stadium I like to go to. But yeah, it's a good point for us.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with regards to exiting the Champions League and holding three to Bournemouth, as a United fan, going to Anfield, you kind of predicted that it would have been another drubbing, right? Um, Part of me was a bit positive to get a draw, and so said, so done. Um, today we were well organized defensively, but going forward, it was absolute rubbish. At the end of the day, we played like a low block team, and kudos to Rafael Varane and Johnny Evans playing for the first time away from home, not putting a foot wrong, right? So kudos to them. Um, yeah, we managed to get a nil-nil draw. We managed to stink up Anfield. It's funny how comments from Virgil van Dijk. They're like, well, one team only came here to play football. We were superior. We were superior in all other aspects, right? At the end of the day, only one result counts. Whatever is that number next to your team's name, that's the result that counts, right? Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. We move on. At the end of the day, sometimes you have to adjust your tactics to the team you play or the location you play, right? Let's be real. If we went to Anfield to play open, we would have gotten open up, right? We would have held another 4, 5, 6, 7, but we played defensively well. I got to question Diego Dallo's red card, which was a stupid red card, not on Diego Dallo's fault, but on the referee's fault. Because that referee made a total that was just a stupid decision. But before I pass it on to you, before I pass it on back on to you guys, I definitely got to heap praise onto Kobe Manu. He, at 18 years old, has impressed me not only in the Everton game, but also in today's game as well too. Right? So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Chef, what are we saying?
Actually, in Gal Cutters, listen, nobody can tell me God is not Manchester United supporter. No?
But last season he forgot to you. Eh?
Nah, he still find me had too much arrogance. So he said, "Let me
Oh
take it
God.
away from all this some more." I said, this season, that's your God, Lord. How much more? My back in that, brother, you know. Um, but yo, I'm not even when I'm trying to be the negative Nancy and not hide my bias tonight. You know, shit that I taking my nil-nil, you know.
Yeah,
Normal. I
yeah, nil-nil
taking my
win.
nil-nil. Huh?
Yeah, nil-nil win.
Yeah, I taking my nil-nil. But and I just want I know man would have said it, but I had to let me before I say it, the team played like a team today. I had to give them that. The Borelli play, it wasn't flashy. It wasn't the most nice thing to look at. But you know what? Sometimes you need some heart and you need some grit. I taken that. But I had to shout out the two old men in the back, Evans and Maguire. Jesus
Maguire?
Christ. Yeah, sorry, oh
Maguire?
God. And Varane, sorry. God. I saw a custom to call any name these days.
Oh God.
Yeah, but Evans and well done to them two fellas, boy. But I don't care what and I'm telling you no. Every time he nut in his side, I'm gonna come here and be real sour and be a whole jackass. Kobe, me you know, is the truth. I don't know what else Ten Hag need to see.
Ten Hag know that. Ten Hag know that. Don't feel Ten
I,
Hag know
I,
that.
well, I don't know what else he need to see.
Ten Hag know that.
That youth man, look, he look the whole part. According to the song, the whole blinking market today, the man look the part. Guys, we go touch on other things, but yeah, that's a proper team performance. I'm taking that.
Yeah, yeah. Guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast. We want to get more people in on the content, right? We just get some comments for those who in the comment section, right? Everson on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying, "Glory, glory, Man United, Liverpool dodge a bullet. Should have won the game at least 2-0." All right, I like how you see the game. All right, JP on the inside, good night to you, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying we did not get destroyed. All things considered, that draw felt like a win. Yeah. Jody as well. Thanks for joining, man. Blessed night to you. Saying can't really text driving back down from the stadium. Um, Reem hey, nice. That we saying, man. Lexi had a game with the national team today, so I'm glad to hear that she get on, man. Nice. That we talking about. All right. JP saying here, we stopped Poole from going top of the table, and Bruno's suspension was a blessing in disguise because he been able to play, Kobe minutes have started. And we get, yeah. And
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is a point, this is a talking point here, so we will get into this, right? So Jordan, getting you back on the inside, we do appreciate having you on. I mean, you're making a real big sacrifice, you know? But question to the panel, right? And we will start with you, Jordan, right? So what we saw today, you know, and it's something I realized with the team, right? But would you say that today's performance was us turning a corner, or we just get pumped for a big game?
I think some of them players would have been there last season and got the hammering, and then all has been happening throughout the season as well, and then all the injuries, and then it's against Liverpool, and you do not want to get a bad game against Liverpool again. So I think, and then all the stuff with Ten Hag. I mean, I'm not Ten Hag out, so I would think, yeah, they could tell that they all back in the manager, and um, I think it's just nonsense that there's like discussions of him being sacked and they saying like Graham Potter being candidate for to be the next manager. I just don't get that. And you could tell that just today they would do anything for the manager, just how the injuries and all the star players not there. And I mean it wasn't the best game, but I honestly would have take that than anything else because it's been really bad. Like even this week up with the Bayern game and then the Bournemouth as well. I would have take that any day of the week. Just watching matches now. I mean, I always watch it, but thinking we were gonna win, but like as soon as the whistle blows, you just don't know what's gonna happen. Um, yeah, just happy that they did well today. I thought Varane was really good with Evans. I never would have thought that in my life that Varane and Evans would keep a clean sheet at Anfield. No way, and I would have thought about that. And I was impressed by Kobe Mano. Who would have thought an 18-year-old, I mean, Anfield does have that pressure on you to play. And I mean, the balls you're playing as well, he almost set up a goal for Ganacho. And I mean, if Bruno was there, I'm not sure how the game would have gone, but it looked more together today than most weeks.
So basically, you're saying you think that it was really the team playing, for the manager, and we turning a corner as opposed to just a big game turn up.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to improve on, but I just like the defense, the togetherness of defense. I think I saw Varane post an Instagram story about because he got the man of the match and then he mentioned Onana, Dalo,
He mentioned the
Evans.
entire back line, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
whole back line. So it's just, I mean, obviously there's other things as well. It's just small improvements, but I mean, today is a good indicator that um they want to get something for the manager. I mean,
yeah,
Liverpool
yeah,
they got, I think we ended a winning. They had a good winning streak at home, and we ended it today. So that's a good
yeah,
thing for them to be confident about going forward.
yeah, yeah. Phil, what about you? How you see, that? Do you see it as, they're really playing for the manager, we turning a corner, or a normal big game hype and we up for it and we can crash for West Ham?
Um, in order to turn a corner, you gotta approach the corner first, look around, and then go around the corner, right? So I would say we haven't turned the corner as yet. I think we are approaching the corner after 3 or 4 games, and we're doing well and putting in a performance. I would say we are looking around the corner, and then another 5, 6, 7 games of performing well, and maybe we creep into the top 4. Then I would say we're turning the corner, right? But as of right now, we're taking it one game at a time, right? Um, no Rashford, no Bruno in the starting lineup, and it's amazing how the team looks a bit more organized, right? I was a bit concerned with Scott being captain, and I mean there were other candidates that could have been the captain today, but it is what it is. I think if we had lost, I think the whole mention of Scott of cap. I think if we had lost, the mention of Scott being captain would have been brought up today or tonight, right? So, but at the end of the day,
That's it. Tenag lost it. That's it. That is the day. Tenag lose it. Tenag put McTominay as captain,
yeah,
and we get hit for 5. Tenag, that is the day. Tenag, yeah, Mr. Screws.
because
Definitely.
you could have put Johnny Evans or Rafael Varane as captain. Both have
Luke
Luke
Shaw.
Shaw,
experience.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah, or Luke Shaw even, but my preference was either Johnny Evans or Rafael Varane because Johnny Evans has played in this fixture multiple times. One, Varane is still Varane, right? So, but we are approaching the corner. Then we have to look around the corner, and then we got to go around the corner. So we haven't turned the corner as yet, right? Um, but yeah, I'll say it again. Kobe Manu definitely was one of the stars today. Even though Rafael Varane got player of the match, and kudos to him because he was marshaling our
And well
defense
deserved,
very
eh?
well.
And well deserved too.
Oh yeah,
I
well
think,
deserved for
yeah,
sure. But
yeah.
Kobe Manu for an 18-year-old to go into that atmosphere and put in a performance like that, um, well done to you. Um, I really hope Ten Hag sees this type of performance and and he looks at the other players who are quote unquote his starters and say, well, if you don't pull out your pants, Kobe Mano going to be starting from now on. But actually, it shouldn't even get to that. Kobe Mano should be put in the starting 11 going forward if he's fully fit. Forget looking at the guys like Scott and whoever or Bruno, whoever, right? Kobe Mano is going to be. I want Kobe Mano in the starting 11 going forward. Men like Casemiro and Scott McTominay, as much as he's, I tired of Scott McTominay, boy. I'm so
Oh,
tired
yeah,
of him.
yeah. Stop right there. Stop right there.
I tired of Scott McTominay, boy. The guy
Um,
gave away so much today, boy. But anyway,
yeah, yeah,
anyway,
yeah, yeah. Let me get Nick on and I'll get the comments and then I'll come to Chef and I see Dwayne on the inside. Dwayne, big up yourself, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I would feel. I think it's too early to say we turn a corner. To turn a corner, I had to have some form of consistency. And we haven't been consistent enough to say that we turned in a corner. I think definitely getting up for a big game. Liverpool, remembering the ghosts of year before, and also playing for the manager. I think the team is playing for the manager. I think the fan base, I think majority of the fan base backing the manager as well, because the fan base knows that the manager is not really where the problems stem at. And I think if it was that everything else around the manager was good and the manager was faulting, then I think the fan base that's tonight is really not working. But I think the fan base having sympathy with Ten Hag, with all things considered. And I think the fan base, the majority of the fan base back in Ten Hag. But again, a result like today would have eased whatever pressure, on Ten Hag. Definitely would have pressure. Manchester United are a big team. But a performance like today would have definitely eased the pressure. And I guess that is what I see it as, and I really, quite back in Ten Hag. I know like last season, wherever he stopped drinking, but I still back in him. I still believe that he is the best manager we had since Alex, and as I told you today, Reem, I think for the second half of the season, we will turn that corner. The first half of the season, it is what it was, but for the second half of the season, I think we're going to go on a run. But like you say, a run for the other team's money, and I really think that would happen when we get back players fit. Maybe Hoyland had to score 1 or 2 goals, and I think the team will get better.
All right, nice. Let me get some comments and then I'll bring Chef and Dwayne in on the discussion, right? JP saying here, Scott getting the armband was the most concerning thing for me. How will I feel about that? Let me tackle this one time, right? Because there's some massive confidence that Ten Hag put in Scott McTominay. I don't know what kind of message and is that kind of message he's sending to the players, to the fans, because you had Varane, we refer to him as Rolls Royce of a player. You have Luke Shaw, who's a senior player. You have Johnny Evans, who's also a senior player. But yet you chose to give, Scott McTominay, the captain armband for a game of this magnitude that is as well. Fellas, where's all the thoughts on this?
I just want to touch on one thing. Yeah, I just want to touch on one thing before. That's so Mourinho used to back McTominay. Ole used to back McTominay, and now Ten Hag backing McTominay. So I guess McTominay doing something to get the backing of the manager. So go ahead.
But counter to that, right? Everybody just watch the same football, and you look at the entire fan base, even pundits.
Yeah.
Everybody's seeing. So I don't know. But
Something happening. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we just only talk what we can see, right? And we don't know what's been going on behind the scenes at Old Trafford, at Carrington. We don't know, right? Because I think that's a major message Ten Hag sending, and also is a possibility, even though Bruno didn't play today, right? Bruno is still the captain, and he could have a say in that as well. We don't know. We don't know what's been going on when they're behind closed doors. We don't know, right? And if that the choice Ten Hag came up with this morning, yeah, it will be concerning to us. But if it was a problem with a seat on the field, today we didn't see it on the field, right?
Yeah.
We didn't see it. We didn't see a problem. So I think whatever is going on behind the scenes, them fellas, them figuring it out, and is the media causing us to have heart palpitations and things. Them boys good. I watched them boys today. With all the bacchanal thing they're talking about Ten Hag and Varane. I didn't see no problem on Varane's face today. Understand? People who having problem. Ronaldo was having a problem. You can see that Ronaldo
literally was not happy, right? When he was going through his scene with Ten Hag, you could see in his movements and things he wasn't happy, right? I haven't seen any other kind of negativity from Varane. I haven't seen it from Rashford towards Ten Hag. I haven't seen no negativity for him, right? He have a negative spirit, but it's not directed towards the a problem with the manager and that type of stuff. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
Martial as well. Martial, when Martial come on and play, he does give you all.
that was saying. So whatever it is going on behind the scenes, right? And whatever decision Ten Hag making, like the captain ban and thing today, bro, let the man continue the way he's doing. Until I see players really start to put on tools, then I will have a problem. But really and truly, I honestly believe them fellas them trying the best to figure it out.
I
They're
can
trying the
say,
best to figure.
I can
They're
say,
trying to figure it out.
I can say something with regards to this whole Scott McTominay being captain for today's match, right? Because yes, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, right? But we've been watching football for quite a while. You can tell who is a captain, who's a proper captain, right? I can go back as far as Patrick Vieira for Arsenal. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but Patrick Vieira is probably one of the best football captains I've seen in my lifetime. I can go over to Spain and go to Real Madrid for Sergio Ramos. I'm not a Real Madrid fan. I could give two shits about Real Madrid, but I know Sergio Ramos is a proper captain. I can go over to Italy. I don't support Roma, but I know Francesco Totti was a brilliant captain for Roma from the way he carried himself and the way how Roma fans talked about him, both in and outside of Italy, right? I don't give a shit what's going on behind closed doors for Manchester United. Scott McTominay, we've been seeing under Jose Mourinho and under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he is not captain material. He's
I
not.
agree with you. But put yourself in them players' shoes. Who really you think would I say yes to taking that armband with knowing in the mind they're gonna get power today?
It doesn't matter who says they're gonna take it.
But
Me as manager,
if the manager say, "Look, so you gotta take captain," the man could decline. He could decline and say no.
well, no, he can't do that.
That's not how it does work.
He can't do that.
But the man could decline and say no, and the only person who had the belly to take it could be maybe was Scott.
All right, let me put
Don't look
it.
like it. Don't look like that.
I doubt it was so. I doubt it was like that.
Let me put it a different way. I, as manager, I'm telling you, you have the chance to lead your team versus Liverpool today, and you're going to say no to that.
That's not telling it. Don't work like that. You know me.
If I am
It don't
manager,
mean
That was Ten Hag choice. That was Ten Hag choice. That was Ten Hag choice.
But I said wherever the man choice, he had his reasons.
Yeah,
It
you
don't
know,
mean-
Thing, right?
yeah,
He had
yeah.
his reasons.
You don't
Justified
mean
or not?
anybody who wants to be captain, put up your hand. It don't work so.
Yeah.
it all works out.
Justified or not? The man had his reasons.
Here's my take on it. Scott McTominay is our top goal scorer. He is a Manchester United lad through and through. Came through the youth system. Boom. Here's the captain of our band for to play against our biggest rivals of the last.
I don't think it's so clear cut. As Dwayne said, there's things happening behind the scenes that we doesn't see, because Mourinho said it too, that Scott McTominay could be the future captain of Manchester United. I remember when he said that?
He did say that.
Agreed on that.
And what happened to that? What happened since then? Mourinho get fired from Manchester United, get fired from Spurs, and with Roma no.
But he saw qualities. He saw some quality in him.
Where's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now?
Yeah,
Fired
but
from
what they
Manchester United,
would have
and
saw
can't
some leadership quality in him. Maybe not footballing ability wise, but maybe some type of leadership quality that could galvanize
No,
his team.
but Nico, my thing is, right? And I remember this is what Roy Keane said. To be a captain, you had to lead by example, right? And
Yeah.
I have not seen that example, that any kind of example on the pitch in terms of,
But that was
the
you not
ability.
seeing. But you not seeing when he coming into training. Leading by example, though.
So
I'm
okay,
not saying performance.
no.
Performance
No,
is
no.
important.
But
Yes.
this is what Roy Keane saying.
Performance is important.
This
yes.
is what Roy Keane
So you
saying,
can't
right?
be
On the
slacking
pitch,
and
the
you can't be
pitch.
slacking behind the scenes.
So you're saying,
and when you reach on the pitch,
everybody
you're giving
else.
your all, but I
So
get the
you're saying
handball.
everybody. So what you saying is everybody else that didn't get selected slacking off the off.
Now,
the
we
pitch.
can-
No, I'm not saying that, but I guess
What
it's a
I am
holistic.
saying.
It's a holistic.
Right, so what I am
something.
saying, I understand it's a holistic thing, but even when Ten Hag had selected captain, vice captain, third, McTominay name was never jumping up there, right?
Yeah.
And two of the players who he spoke, whose names he called, won the field today, Varane and Luke Shaw,
Correct.
right? So why didn't these players get the armband? Furthermore,
Because
Roy
when the
Keane-
team was
Roy
falling
Keane-
apart, McTominay will be the player
But
who
then you
pull
have
them
to-
together to say, hey, earlier, we breaking up, we
For me-
mashing up.
Well,
I
the
think
man-
he wants to
the man
pull the
had-
team
the man
together,
had the
galvanize the
captain-
team.
The man
Listen,
had the captain up
me
to
and
his today,
Me
and he
not
gets a
Scott
positive
McTominay
result.
fan,
Yeah.
but when you watch the 11, I just saying it, and if we were looking at for reasoning, when you watch 11 starting players today, to be quite honest, as much as we wouldn't want to admit it, McTominay is the most consistent one in the whole 11, you know.
consistently what? And Chef, consistently what?
how though?
Consistently playing.
Consistently as in
Consistently
playing? Because we're
Consistently
talking
on the
about-
team sheet.
Right, but what
Consistently
I'm
on the
saying,
team sheet.
right, so he consistently on the team sheet. But that does not mean that you've been leading by example on the pitch.
I'm
Because
not
his
saying no.
performances have not
Who has
Listen,
been leading by example on the pitch?
I am basing what I'm saying solely on today. Me and when I talk
No,
down
no,
the
but
line, we are
but-
dealing with today.
But
Today,
even if
and
Chef.
even if we talk about who else has been leading by example on the pitch for the season,
Who else?
out of our whole team,
Let me be real. Or they
Let me be
actually
real.
tell that who else?
And nobody else.
Then, and listen, Reem, and the thing about it is, this alone shows you how much shit we really have been this season. That
Yeah.
we can sit down and have an argument that, but you know, Scott really have an argument to be the captain today.
Yes.
That alone should tell you how much garbage we've been.
No, I can't
And dog, you
accept that at all.
can't fight it.
You can't fight that.
No,
You can't
I
fight
can
that.
fight that. I can
All I
fight
am
that.
basing it on is his reasoning back to me talking about down the line. I just
I hear what
talking
you're saying,
from
Chef.
this game before for the season. Reem, who else you could have put? You couldn't have put Shaw barely play for the season. Varane now
We mean
get
Shaw
back into
barely
the
play.
team.
We mean Shaw barely play. Shaw play enough games to get an armband today.
Nah.
Well, but what are you
For
talking
this season,
about?
for this season,
But we talking about one game here. We talking about a player who has seniority in the team that is won, and he's a better player. He is a top performer, right?
Scott have more seniority than Shaw.
He have more
Yes.
longevity. He have more longevity.
But you use the word he there longer.
No, Scott have more longevity, but in terms of seniority, in terms of respect, Shaw have that over Scott.
How
right?
you know
Because-
that?
Hey, but we
Because
get
Shaw
one
came into the
point.
state.
How do you know that?
Listen to me. Yeah, what I'm telling you. Shaw has been playing with the first team longer than McTominay. McTominay
Agree.
has been at the club very long, but
Yeah.
but Shaw has been with the first team longer than McTominay.
You
is what
mean
I'm
he
saying,
has
he has
been
more
in and
seniority.
out of the first team longer than McTominay?
That's what I'm saying. He has more seniority. Scott has longevity at the club.
I
That's
don't
the
think so.
difference.
well, other thing about this too, probably can I give the man a captain taste, because that might be the only captain taste he get before they ship him out.
We know. Well, listen, we're not about giving out handouts earlier. Something
No,
is
Nah,
wrong.
it don't work
Something
so.
is wrong. So,
Nobody,
something is
you feel
wrong.
it's a pet match hour. You give a man a captain because what the shit are you talking here? Listen.
No,
The people
what
that
I'm
talking
saying.
kind of garbage tonight, let me know them about this sleep.
No. Hear
Please
what I'm
don't do
saying,
me
right?
that this hour.
All I said.
Don't do me that.
All I said is something not right. I know Dwayne say, we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I hear you, and I can't disagree with that, right? But to overlook Varane and overlook Luke Shaw, even Johnny Evans, right? To give McTominay, while he has been undroppable, no, I'm not saying undroppable, while he has been playing every game, his performances, and we've all agreed with it here, has not been up to scratch. So you cannot lead by example.
But he,
Okay,
Shall
but
be begging him to
Kareem,
be a captain.
but the question is this, right? The
performance
question is
today.
this.
Yeah,
The
sorry.
question
But
is this.
from the performance today, Reem, the only people who have a problem with that selection is the fans. Well, go ahead, Dwayne.
I'm not going to, I'm not going to say the same thing. The question is this, right?
Yeah.
If the manager make that choice, right? Why we as the fans
Nah,
out here
some wrong with Ten Hag,
going
boy.
crazy?
Trust me, some wrong with Ten
But
Hag,
it's not
boy.
that
That-
well,
that- that-
then
that
the
the
players
first-
too. Then
that-
something wrong with the
that the
players
first
too because
wrong.
they respond.
That the first wrong decision Ten Hag make this season, or when he was hurt. That the first wrong decision he made.
That is, but
I
who says
say
it's a wrong
it.
decision? That to me that is a wrong decision. We get a
But
point and we could have
the
win.
guy, I was saying the guy draw the man first wrong as a captain and got positive results at Anfield.
But we ain't get a draw because Scott McTominay was captain. We didn't.
Oh
Exactly.
my god!
So then what we arguing?
I didn't even see Scott McTominay backing out orders, nothing. Varane was the
Exactly.
one talking.
No, but you
Varane
don't
was
have to
the
do
one
that.
organizing.
No, but you don't have to do that.
Well,
So
Ashley
then
Scott-
give the man
Ashley
the
Scott-
ban for to
Ashley
do
Scott
what?
do nothing today.
The man was leading by example.
He set up
The man had a bad game. The man has been
second
having
half.
poor performances,
Second
but
half,
this man
he
just
set up
keep
Hoyland
getting...
for a nice chance. He set up Hoyland for a nice chance.
Do you see?
I believe it
Do
Hoyland just now.
you see
One-
Bruno back in
One chance in the
Anfield?
second half.
One chance.
Do you see
Hoyland?
Bruno back in orders?
Today's
Yes,
one of
yes.
the first
No, but
times that when I
listen,
go at Hoyland,
listen.
and
Come,
that's
Dwayne,
telling all you.
Dwayne, we
But Chef, you're
can't fight
wicked.
Bruno. Dwayne, we can't fight Bruno on that captaincy.
I'm
Right,
not saying
Bruno-
fighting Bruno, but you know, say you didn't see the man back no orders today.
I just be seeing Bruno talking. I just be seeing
Come
Bruno
on.
talking right through. Bruno, come on, man. Let me don't
Bruno
get shot to memory. man.
Bruno be complaining.
No.
Listen, I just see
Dwayne,
Bruno
don't do that.
representing
Don't do
the
that.
players
We know the difference.
and referees.
We know the
Don't do
difference.
Bruno that, tell you. Don't do Bruno that.
No, we know the difference.
Only people who have that problem
Don't do
with the
that.
fan base for their captaincy today earlier. I just saying it.
Where is that?
The only people who have a problem with the captaincy is the fan base, eh? Because how the
But what
players
Dwayne
play
say,
today,
we don't know what
how-
behind the scene. Them fellas could be
exactly
fuming at that.
how the fellas play today, nobody was fuming about that. Trust me.
And not even
You feel
not
fellas
even
professionals.
not even the media make a big hullabaloo about it.
They did actually. They did.
No, I never said they didn't ask about it. I said now make a big hullabaloo about it. If we had lost,
Because we ain't get licks. Let me just
Exactly.
lost that game now.
Exactly.
yeah, if we
Let
had
me just
lost,
lost
we
that
did.
game. That would have been one of the main talking points.
Let me get Jordan thoughts on this. Jordan, where's your thoughts on this Scott McTominay captain?
Yeah, I was just inhaling everything what everybody's saying. I just was enjoying it. To be honest, I mean McTominay, he's been up and down. I mean the goals, top scorer, whatever. But I wasn't too fussed by it actually because I know he's not gonna be captain for the rest of the season. So I was like, okay, give it to him, big game, but he's not gonna be captain next week or next game or something. It's just one game. And I mean, I didn't see him barking orders. People were doing differently. He must have been so humbled by the decision. Like he just was in emotions throughout the game. And I think he would love that captain armband, but I don't think that's the biggest thing. I mean, even if he lost the game, I doubt we'd have. I mean, we probably would have looked at the armband, but I'm sure we had something else to talk about other than an armband. But
No,
we had a
I was crucified Ten Hag for giving McTominay the armband. I justify why they should get rid of Ten Hag.
All right, forget the armband. Forget the armband. Scott McTominay playing as the number 10 is the reason why Hoyland was starved for service today.
And I disagree with that. And I disagree with that. Of course I disagree with that.
Well, let me hear.
Hoyland starving long time.
Hoyland got stabbed. We got to start who in the number 10?
Who would have started over McTominay in our 10th position today then?
No, let me say if they play Bruno. McTominay might have still started, he might have dropped Mino to the bench. But I still have seen that he would have played Mino and Amrabat in this game today.
Yep.
And if Bruno was on the team, I personally felt that he might have either drop Hoyland and start McTominay on the top, or drop McTominay. But that'll be my hope.
McTominay wasn't getting dropped. I'm telling you.
Nah, McTominay
Nico.
wasn't good.
McTominay wasn't getting dropped.
Yeah, but
He's
if
been
they
playing all
play,
the
if they
games.
play Amrabat and Meno with Bruno in the team,
All right,
And I'm gonna fit somewhere.
hold that thought, Nico, because I want to come back to that, right? Let me just get through the comments here, guys, and hold that thought, Nico. All right? Kurt on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Good night to you. He's in decent game today. I didn't miss Bruno today, really. But that red card was utter nonsense. So we're going to talk about the red card as well, right? He's also saying here, Meno is the future, fellas. Hannibal did a decent cameo. Tana keeps saying he do have players, but if he trusts the players he have, give some of them to youth, give some of them youths a chance. They may shock the masses. Young Kwambala got to make the bench. Go is a nice, neat player as well. Yeah.
I think Gogo look better in the
Curtis
midfield.
Union leader for them young players, you know.
Yeah. I think Gogo look better in the midfield than McTominay. But go ahead.
Could Israel watch them young players on them? Rick Barlow on the inside, thanks for joining. He said, nah, man, you can't blame the manager all the time for the childish, overpaid players. It's a joke how so many say the same. They do the same thing every single manager. Yeah, and there's a fact.
Yep.
There's a fact. All right. Kurt saying here, Meno and Amrabat looked very good in the middle. All right, no doubt.
Not Amrabat.
Nah, Amrabat was.
Amrabat
was nervous today, boy.
He looked
Amrabat
sluggish.
Amrabat revert to the shit he was playing for the season before.
Nah,
honestly,
he went back with his steel tip boots by.
Yeah,
honestly,
today was not good day for Amrabat.
Yeah,
honestly, in my opinion, I got disagree a little bit with Alena. I mean, I know it have certain things that he didn't do properly in terms of making the proper pass, overhitting passes. But I thought Amrabat had a lot of work to do defensively today. Remember, this team pressing you high, right? So every time Amrabat get a ball, he was, watch me, them Liverpool players closing on him. I thought,
but he wasn't the best. No, but let me finish. He wasn't the best with the ball. But I telling you, off the ball, Amrabat had a very decent game positionally. God. He cut off Real Childs. I watched that today now. Amrabat getting stick because he played alongside a player like Kobe Meno. Right? This was not Amrabat's best game. But don't ignore the impact he had on the game today.
But
right?
Really, somebody can say the same thing about McTominay from what you just say.
Yeah, but McTominay has been doing that for the past 16 games.
Right?
Today, I watch McTominay doing that against Bournemouth. He doing it against City, Liverpool.
Nah. He was rubbish against Bournemouth.
Sheffield.
He was rubbish against Bournemouth.
Right, they were point. But Amrabat had one poor game against one of the best high-pressing teams in the league.
One poor game Amrabat had him?
Come on, man. Amrabat has been pretty decent. When you compare how poor he has been.
I think he mean this has been his poorest game lately because Amrabat has shown a lot of improvement. That's why I said today he didn't have a good game.
But it wasn't that like a poor game. He didn't have a poor game today. He was not good, but he wasn't poor. And this is what I'm trying to say. Right? Because people go jump in and say, okay,
is that
he overhit a pass. He overhit a pass for Ronaldo.
So is that the grade we want more?
So is that the grade good now for Manchester players?
We had to recognize who we are now. We are McTominay starting now.
As captain.
As captain, correct.
In the number 10.
In the number 10. Look at, here now. We're not messing earlier.
But Johnny Evans in centre back.
Hey. I get a migraine.
Look at this comment here. Sorry. Rick saying here they don't like being shouted at. Okay, so you're talking about the players here and told they're lazy. Then fans turn on the manager and in turn they think it's okay. And I mean, I think somebody mentioned it the other day. This is true, but the unfortunate thing is it's easier to sack a manager than to sack
13 players.
You understand?
Yeah.
And
sadly,
that's how,
the businesses.
Yeah. Adrian on the inside, thanks for joining, Adrian.
Striker.
Yeah. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Meno really impressed today. Meno has been impressing every single game he played. All right. Kristen on the inside, thanks for joining, Kristen. He's saying here, I find we had the two best chances of the game. Yes, I agree with that. I really think Hoyland and Garnacho supposed to score them two chances. I know how we say Hoyland ain't getting enough service, but I mean, when they get a chance like that in a game like this, yes, fully agree. But I think the Garnacho chance was the clearer one. Garnacho was supposed to do better than that.
Yeah.
You think
so,
by far.
Yeah.
Even if he cut across,
he was supposed to cut across Trent.
Yeah, and
Trent
yeah,
can't
foul at
defend.
least.
If he cut across Trent, it's a penalty. It's a penalty.
But Hoyland,
Garnacho
I just
chance was
find Hoyland chance is what a striker does make it bread and butter now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but Hoyland get a chance every 6 games in a chef.
Dan,
So
so what?
One chance every 6 games.
So what?
When Haaland and them getting 6 chances per game and scoring 1, or scoring 2 and 8. He getting one.
That chance was the Berry today.
I agree.
That chance was he had to score.
I agree, but see what I'm saying. Sometimes when you're not getting chances at all, you just grab at it.
That's true as well. JP saying, fit Varane should never be on the bench in this team.
Agreed.
Varane, show you that again today.
If that chance Hoyland gets at fault, Scott is good. I said what I said. Scott Berry and that.
We have 14 people viewing and we only have 2 likes. So let me get the likes and the shares up now, guys. We appreciate it, right? Chris on the inside, he's saying, I feel the manager boosting up Scott's price tag for the summer. Yeah, let's get him captain armband to boost the price.
He's captain material.
Imagine Scott agent writing up his resume and he could put and led Manchester United to a draw at Anfield now. That looking good on your curriculum.
Scott is the only captain that come to Anfield and come with a point. Think about it. And a clean sheet.
Yeah.
And the top scorer for the club.
And creating one of the best chances of the game. Hey.
Well, they go ahead and fight Scott.
All they wicked, the kind of thing all they're doing to make this Scott McTominay fell. All they could defend a criminal.
Well, Reem, this is the conclusion I come to when dealing with Scott. And this is for my sanity. He ain't going nowhere. And he's not gonna get dropped. So, best I not even try to study Scott McTominay too much. He ain't going nowhere.
You need those kind of players in this side, not starting ones or just squad players. So he's like Park Ji-sung kind of level, like just would give you something for like a particular match and then he'll be gone for like 10 games and then he'll be back for another.
I don't have a problem with that. I like that.
Yeah, that's why I
like that.
Yeah. So don't give me Scott.
Just anyway, and it could be like that,
Yeah.
Maybe like one match.
He dealt with it. Cannot play with the hand he dealt with.
Don't get me wrong. I know we need those type of players in our squad for squad depth. But is Scott McTominay going to make the bench for Arsenal or Manchester City or Liverpool?
Nah, he probably will make Arsenal bench.
Yeah, he might make Arsenal bench.
But, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you're not even making City C squad.
Kurt saying here, Reem, Scotty is a senior player too, eh? Yeah, I didn't doubt it, but I just seen him more senior than Shaw. Right? Kristen saying here the backline was 100 today. Dalot and Shaw was really good on the flanks today. Evans and Varane, first time playing together, was also great. Big shot out to Evans.
Yeah, but
this is a great night, boy. Kristen talking real sense tonight.
He also said he had first sight to stop Liverpool from winning at Anfield this season. First game, Liverpool didn't score in.
Yeah.
And we, as a side divided by injuries, are taking that 3 points. The Man City taking the 3 points.
If only it was 3 points.
That 1 point feel like 3. I take it.
Yeah. Sitting on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining.
You're saying you're taking that. This is the same side. We'll go next game and revert to the same shit they play against Bournemouth. That is why when we ask if we turn in any corner, we ain't turning no damn corner. We approaching the corner with the handbrakes on and a parachute behind.
Yeah.
Well, can I go turn it around?
I hope so.
Simeon saying a good result today, but don't get carried away, right?
Nobody
JP saying, Dwayne, this one is for you from JP, saying I saw a problem. Scott was non-existent again on
Thank
the
you.
field for most parts today. Giving him the armband is a huge sign of faith in him and means he's going to continue being a starter.
I wouldn't say, but you know what? Let Dwayne answer that. That was to Dwayne. So let Dwayne can answer that and then I'll take.
Answer that was a statement, wasn't a question.
No.
Okay.
The statement was directed to you. The statement was directed to you, right? So
address
if
me.
to-
But I know when I'm saying it starts with Dwayne, but all right, since I know your name.
No, well, I agree with the person saying I know what I want to say.
I wouldn't, to be quite honest though, I'm not going to say he was non-existent for most of the game.
All right, to be
First half,
honest,
he was very wasteful.
yeah. To be honest, this game was Scott being Scott. The only difference is in this game, he didn't have to do much defensive work because we had Amrabat and Meno. But other than that, Scott was doing Scott thing, running like a headless chicken, popping up when he's supposed to
jogging
pop
like
up.
a headless chicken.
Yeah, hiding from passes. For some
So
reason,
basically
Scott
we
was
were
like,
playing with that man shot.
yeah. So Scott was just doing Scott. But when we need him, he used to pop up. He just pop up.
Today was not. I've seen worse games by Scott
I've seen
McTominay.
worse. I've seen worse.
Yeah, but
On the ball, he was terrible in the first half, but I've seen worse.
yeah, but Scott was just being Scott. To be honest, I get so accustomed to Scott that I can't fault Scott again. Yeah, honestly, I can't fault him again, and the fact that he's scoring these goals for us this season, I just leave Scott. If the manager pick him, he pick him. If he don't get picked, well, oh God, he don't get picked. I ain't miss him. I don't know.
You
I don't know. I
be
don't.
on the field sometimes.
Yeah, I doesn't know. I honestly, I don't know. Today but I have something to say though. The only how, to be honest, that we get a result from that game today is technically we had three defensive midfielders. Scott, Amrabat, and Meno job today was to disrupt Liverpool midfield, and they did that.
What part of Scott was playing any defense?
I just say him being there. The idea was to have three defensive midfielders. That was the idea, right? But Scott being in the middle there, right? Because he wasn't up in the box, so wherever he was somewhere.
Yeah, he was an extra body. He was an extra body.
Yeah, right. And the three of them being there, right? They wasn't pushing forward. There was just disrupting the midfield. So I think that the three of them, kudos to the three of them, right? Well, 2.5 of them, Yeah, that my belief of why we were successful in getting that result today.
Yeah. Jesus on the inside, good night. Jesus is saying good evening. And he's saying good point, Simeon. All right. We have Newcastle Stan on the inside. Thanks for joining. He's saying he's selling Bruno Guimaraes for 120 million plus Nunez. What?
Yeah, 120 million slap.
Who Nunez?
So
Nunez.
There's all on United. There's not Liverpool, whatever.
Newcastle stand. No, but wait. Is that one Nunez from Newcastle?
No, Liverpool Nunez. He says he's selling Bruno Guimaraes. Right, for 120 million plus Nunez now from Liverpool. Right, and I guess the LOL is because he probably being sarcastic because I don't know.
He He wake up and see we online and have nothing to do.
That one. But I had somebody to shout out today, you know.
Go through.
Onana, you know.
You gotta do the Onana me.
The man
What you
the
shouting out Onana for?
man going back on top on the Golden Glove list for the season.
Yeah, okay, right.
Second half of the season,
You finish out him out?
Second half of the
Look at
season, I
this.
tell you that last review. Onana will surprise us in second half of the season, eh?
Okay, and I say this the review before because I wasn't there for the last one. Onana is shit. Right.
Now we move.
I totally offer you now. Like seriously, I give him the first few months. But yo, that man
You
shit,
come full
man.
You come full circle like Maguire, don't worry.
Kurt's in here. Scotty don't take to social media unlike men his age like Marcus and Jesse. Look how Scotty conducts himself whenever he's interviewed. So
Why?
don't know
Nobody
if-
doesn't want to interview Scotty. Scotty's an ugly white boy. There's a big difference.
Who said that?
Dan, let me explain something to men about social media. Jesse and them fella and Rashford and them is pretty boys. So there's marketing tools. So them on social media will always make hits. Who wants to see Scott on anything? Bye, let's cut close to it.
I can put it in a more subtle way than Chef. Nobody comes to Old Trafford to watch Scott McTominay.
True.
Thank you. Because he's an ugly white boy.
All right, just let me just train this disclaimer, please. Yeah. The
But
views
he's
of
surely disclaimer now.
the views of Chef is not the views of All in All United, right? Scotty, if you ever watch this podcast, everybody don't think you're ugly, right?
Sure.
Simeon said here, men worrying about armband and I'm worrying about who going to score goals from our front three. If them fellas could do it, we need if them fellas could do it, we wouldn't need the Highlander. The man calls McTominay Highlander.
Wait.
Mickey and inside Mickey. Blessed night to you, man.
Blessings, Mickey boy.
Now Chef Shaw in the side longer than Scotty. Yeah. We think that.
Yeah, okay.
He's saying I will take that draw any day.
Yeah. Everybody will take that.
Given the circumstances, yes. Right? Christian saying here, all of us watch post-match interviews. McTominay does always be one of the players who does do it. Right? And in all the post-match interviews, he always said that the team playing for the manager and they trust Ten Hag. Right? So probably that's why he getting the armband because,
No, well, I believe, and as a point was made, I will say this much about Scott. Because, to be honest, I don't mind Scott. I just believe our team can do better than Scott. But what I will say this is a clear indicator to me because all managers have really backed him. I think Scott follows managers' instructions.
Yeah.
There's a reason all them different managers and them does pick him. All of them can't be mad.
At what level now, boy? That is I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good thing.
So what instructions is this cut? What instructions is get cut? Scott, just run around just so
and score.
Go there and try your best. And find yourself.
You can do it.
Yeah. So in other words, the players them want to hear. They want to hear only instructions from Mourinho. Then.
Wow. Wow.
If I got Scott was in the McFred combination with when we used to beat City a few years ago, so you can't forget about that.
I'm saying the one only instructions from Mourinho.
Again, following instructions.
Yeah, but you can't. Scott Well, we all remember that goal before COVID happened when Scott scored that long range goal
And
against
and
Man
City.
City. But
Yeah,
he's have his times. But
he
as
does.
I said, as I said before, he's just one of those players you need in the side. He's not gonna start every game. But I don't
Shouldn't
really
be
think about
starting
the
every game.
armband. Yeah, this one's those
Definitely
players.
shouldn't be starting every game.
Yeah,
But
once all the
I
midfielders come back.
understand why he's cutting it
Hmm.
right now.
Yeah. Good thing here. Oh yeah. Bruno's performances for the season has been far from excellent, while the man who was demoted from captain has been shining, a shining light so far this season. Yeah. Let me just get a question to the panel. I want to start with you, Jordan.
Um. Okay. Let me stick a pin in it. Go ahead, Reed.
Yeah. No, I know hindsight is but did was the I think it's Phil. I don't know if you had mentioned it earlier, but was the Bruno suspension, a blessing in
Yes,
disguise,
yes,
right?
it was.
A
Yes,
blessing in disguise.
Well,
yes,
hold on, let me
yes.
Yes.
finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. But did that suspension force us to play as defensive as we did, right? And if let's say he wasn't suspended, right? Do you all think that Liverpool may have found it easier and gone on to win the game? What do you think?
My answer still remain the same. Yes, 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 yes.
I would fill on that.
Yeah,
Bruno is
That
my
much man.
player, yeah.
That's
but
why I asked Jordan first, you see. Because I know Phil was going to say.
Um, yeah, I mean, Bruno, we love him. I mean, if we
You
wasn't
speak for yourself, Jordan. We don't love him, but continue though.
no, we love some parts of him a little bit.
Yeah.
We can't fault that. I mean, he's score goals when we need him. For me, let's say the creating chances we missed that today. I can't. No. Who else would have created for us today? So that one is what we missed today. Bruno and with the this what happened last season as well. I keep bringing up the same game, but just with all the antics and all that thankfully wasn't around today, and yeah, we did look more together, but I can't say that we'd have been. I think we'd have been. How you say uh we'd have
We
been
would have been
we'd have been scattered a little bit with Bruno today. That's what I could say. A little
we
bit.
would have been like a baddest in the center, day. Open.
Yeah.
That is what we would have been.
Yeah.
And
Dwayne,
Bruno is my
this is a
player.
comment from.
But they would not start me,
Yeah.
you know. That means we was going to start Amrabat and Scott. And who and them two, I don't like them two together at all. So as much as and that's we did say this that Bruno suspension today could really have been a blessing because it forces the team to play better as a unit and not just depend on Bruno to make a super pass or a big goal. It was a team effort.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that why I said
he walked in right back into that team, man.
yeah,
Don't
and
get
now
me
I
wrong,
said
you know that.
with Bruno walking back into the team, it should be Scott walking off. Right?
That's
To me.
happening.
No,
That's
no,
happening. That's happening.
because if you really want that stability that we had in that midfield today, that
I
what we had to
agree
do.
with you.
That what we had
I
to do.
totally agree with you. So I want though. Here's my thing. I want Bruno not be as comfortable as he is in his pick. I want it be uncomfortable for him that men performing and he can't get dropped. That is I think that's my problem with Ten Hag this season. That
Yeah.
players are too comfortable in their pick.
Yeah. So I just wanna I headed somewhere with this, right? So just flow with me, fellas. So this is a comment from X, formerly known as Twitter, right? So they're saying here, think if Bruno played today, we would have lost. Dwayne, where's your take on that? Quick fire.
Yes. That's it. Yes, we are lost.
Yeah.
Because the first ball that he lost, he had with a drop, and everybody showed out that drop, and that is it. 7.
Because
Oh,
and
no.
I guess we agree that because Bruno wasn't there, Ten Hag opted for the double pivot. Or you all thought that with that
Nah,
with
I
Bruno he would
don't.
have still go that way. And I think he'd have still go that
I
way if
believe
Bruno was available.
I believe if Bruno was available, he might have tried to go that way, but that is not Bruno. That is not a Bruno nature.
So who you would have played the double pivot with?
No, but I don't know. But he had tried to because having gotten 7 on the last occasion, the manager had no choice but to play a defensive team today. You know. A
No,
defensive
a
style.
defensive
A,
team. A
style, a
defensive team
defensive.
is not a double pivot, you know.
That's why I say a defensive style. He played double pivot with a defensive style because the double pivot today never move. If you reckon they never move, they stayed where they're supposed to be.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And I said
Yeah.
the double pivot today, they never move. They stood their ground today. And so I said,
Yeah. I think in order to get the desired results playing certain formations, you have to have
Discipline.
the players who play the formation.
Yeah, discipline.
And carry it out.
exactly. So the double pivot today was at his guys.
That
It was
would
at
have
his
been
guys.
Scott, and that would have been Scott and Amrabat, and
It would not work. It would not work. It would not work because Scott would have still want to go forward. Bruno do not drop back.
Yeah.
He will drop back when he will drop back whenever. So it would not have worked.
Yeah.
It would not have worked because I'm gonna tell you the forward men today, the wingers and the striker. Yes, they didn't create much and that type of stuff, right? But their job today was to feed off our scraps.
Yeah.
Their job today was to feed off our scraps and make something happen. And the two times that they can make something happen, they flop.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, Garnacho chance, right? The true ball he get was off our scraps.
yep.
It was off our scraps. It wasn't like a team play or something. It was off our scraps. And when you get a ball like that out of nowhere, you're supposed to be ready because the instructions is, listen, wherever come, we'll be trying to keep this formation in back here,
Maintain
right?
discipline.
Just be prepared to get a pass. He was prepared. He reached up to it, but the composure just wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's how I said.
Mm,
So from me watching the game today, that's what I recognize.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah. Well, Nico, I just want to get you in on this one, right? So now that we recognize that the team could be disciplined, we realize that the team could get a result in a very hostile environment. Another comment from X saying this is how Ten Hag should be approaching big games away from now on. Do you all agree with this statement? Or
No.
because Ten Hag, go ahead.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think at home we have been struggling defensively, and we saw it against Chelsea. Chelsea cut us through. As poor as Chelsea has been, Chelsea would have cut us through on multiple occasions. That game could have been 3-3 in the first half. And I think what we need to do is really try to build back that stability with the double. Because we used to do that. We used to do that with the McFred. We used to do that with if it's Herrera and whoever else. We used to play with the double pivot to the back. And I honestly think how easily teams have been going through us. I think we need to go back to that and then build that confidence that here we could go back to one holding midfielder. Because to me, our midfield too open for us to continue going back to that. We say we playing two, but one strain, and we having Amrabat doing all our work or Casemiro doing all our work. that's not working for us at the moment. I think we need to go back to that too, build back there until maybe we get a defensive midfielder who could do that work. I don't think we have that type of midfielder in our ranks right now. So for me, home and away, play with the double pivot.
There was an interview today with Paul Scholes, very similar to this question is showing us here. And Paul Scholes basically said, and I agreed, that listen, you can have your philosophy of wanting to play expansive footballer, but there's time and place for everything. And besides time and place, you have to have the personnel to carry out them things. So you as a manager have to recognize now that, this is not the time or place. This is not the time. This is not the place to be playing the personnel. And I don't really have the personnel. So here what? We're not saying park bus, but just be more intelligent with your decisions of how you want to go about playing. It's easy for men to say, well, hey, we park bus and thing to the. But if we had put away our chances, because funny enough, we had the better chances. We could have won this game 2-0, and nobody would have never talk about parking bus,
They want to say a tactical masterclass, yeah?
Exactly so. And this is really something we consistently talk about here, about margins. Margins is a slim thing, because as much as we saying, Liverpool could have put away one of them chance on them. And then what we will be saying, hey boy, we wasn't bad today, no. But at the end of the day, we get no points. So it's about balance.
Yeah. Phil?
I agree with what Chef and Nico said. And the definition of a big game now versus the definition of a big game 15 years ago, where it was just it was possibly Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. Man City wasn't even in the equation, right? So 15 years ago, under Sir Alex Ferguson, our big games were Chelsea away, Arsenal away, Liverpool rivalry. And that was it. That was considered big games. I think we got to realize the levels we're at right now. I think every single game is a must-win game, right? Because the likes of Pep, Arteta, Jurgen Klopp, they're never going to change their game plan whether they go home and away, right? But we're not on their level as yet. So I do agree with Paul Scholes where we say that we have to approach these big games or must-win games away, right? Because until we get to the level of Pep or Arteta or Jurgen Klopp, where we're further along in our project, then I say we take this approach, right? It's not a bad approach. Let's look at it this way: we didn't lose today, right? I'd rather hold my head high going away to our atmosphere at Anfield, where the Liverpool fans, the Liverpool players, and Jurgen Klopp are going to be the most upset. Because let's be real, they couldn't even beat this Manchester United. They couldn't. A Manchester United that's got knocked out of the Champions League, beaten by Bournemouth at home, and they couldn't even beat us, right? So kudos to Paul Scholes for saying that statement.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some comments, guys, and I'm watching the time, so let me look to get the comments and wrap it up, right? Mickey saying here the man didn't even act like a Bruno. Right? You talk about Scott McTominay in captaincy, right? How you know he wouldn't be captain? You working with 10? Right?
That ain't happening. You gave me a captain next week.
Come on, Mickey.
Mickey don't do me that now. I can't see Scott being captain once Bruno fit and anything.
Yeah, I'll be real. Anyone miss Marcus and Bruno from the starting 11?
We haven't been missing Marcus for the entire season. So.
Yeah, and even Rashford came on, I don't feel.
Yeah,
I don't feel giving enough credit.
Marcus are wearing that bench play good at all, That man hate coming off the bench, boy. But my thing is, dude, if you hate coming off the bench, then when you come on play that.
Yeah.
But that red card for Dallo is what? How much games?
2.
Now, is that yellow? Is that yellow? It's two yellows. So I
It's
see
two,
there's
two yellow.
One game.
One
One
game?
game. Yeah.
One
One,
game.
one, one. Sorry.
And I mean, just in passing, that red card was
But they,
rubbish.
I think
Rubbish.
That was
I think
utter trash.
I think they're appealing it.
They're appealing it.
Yeah.
They was trying all how to get Liverpool that win.
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
You see, that first challenge for Kobe Mino. You tell me that's a yellow card in a big derby? That's a yellow card, that first challenge? Nah.
Nonsense.
Nah.
Nonsense. Them fellas are never showing where their agenda is now, but they really don't like it, you know.
So Mino and Amrabat get yellow cards in the first half.
Yeah.
I would say I wouldn't say we miss Bruno, but we did miss creativity. But I guess today wasn't really about that. Today wasn't
about that.
Today wasn't about that. Today was grinding out a result.
Yeah.
And
Constance here. Go ahead, Nico.
No, I just saying a little more luck on our side we could have won today.
Yeah. A little more calm.
Yeah.
Christensen here, McTominay was in the two chances we created today. He find Meno open with a pass, and Meno put it on a plate for Garnacho. McTominay also put it on a plate for Hoyland. I finally really hit McTominay. Cristiano is a McTominay lawyer, you know.
Wow. Man sipping that Irish Spring, boy.
I think it by 10.
He doctor.
I think Christian bedtime calling him.
He's saying here, like I tell you all, it's McTominay and 10 others.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
We know that.
Imagine this in the world of our Lord, big Sunday, December, men justifying to me Scott McTominay. Lord, where are you reaching this life? Scott McTominay.
See, watch me. And this this is where we are. And we just had to rebuild. We had to deal with, right? So Amrabat is basically more physical Fred.
Fred had more to his game. He had goals and
we don't need goals. I would say Amrabat is a bit more. Amrabat is a bit more disciplined and composed, and I think Amrabat knows his position on the field. Fred will definitely be in a more goal scoring position, but Amrabat is in front of the back four. So
Simeon's in here where the number 7.
Who is that?
As we're talking about.
As
we're talking about where we at with the level of players.
Number 7. Hey, he was wicked to accept that number, you know.
Boy.
Yeah, boy. I
give him that play?
Yeah, boy.
Can I give you?
Nothing else Ten Hag could get licks for.
Is that
Manchester? He feels Ajax here tower. You just give away the number 7, so boy.
Kurt saying here, Garnacho been getting plenty clear chances and wrong in it, yeah, boy.
Garnacho had to work on his finishing back.
Yeah, Christian.
The one-on-one finishing,
Yeah.
This is all in all United or fighting Scott McTominay every game.
Hear the lawyer.
Any doctor.
Yeah, good one, Christian. All in all United fighting Scotty, right? Eric on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Scott needs to go, but one thing he does better for me than Bruno is he holds his position and not free roam like crazy.
What?
Right?
What?
You only position for men to run around him?
Scott McTominay holds this for what?
Exactly.
Understand what he's saying. All right,
I want to break that down for me.
Positionally, he is disciplined. Whether he effective, that's the next question, right? Because you put Bruno there, Bruno will be all about the place, and that he's saying McTominay will be disciplined and hold his position. Try as best to his ability to play where the manager tell him to play. Bruno, on the other hand, will be all about the place. That's the point he's making, I agree.
Is that the number 10
So,
position or just in general?
Well, I guess he talking about today.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I still kind of lost with that because
you telling me
if he
I
holding the
real
position,
lost?
right? If he holding position and he play when the manager tell him he's supposed to play, right? How come abracadabra he disappearing?
Well, that I was saying is it whether he able to do it
So
at the expected level. That's a different question, right? That's a different discussion,
because
right?
I remember Amrabat pass, not Amrabat, Anthony passed now ball to Scott today. And when Anthony thought Scott running forward, Scott stopping. So Anthony look, why don't you run? Scott like he was watching and shaking and so like, I'm like what? Yeah.
What
Nah,
do you
but
think
sometimes,
about
nah,
Anthony
but
today?
sometimes Anthony just give men all kind of mad ball and play pointing and thing, you know.
Yeah,
Anthony
boy.
Yeah.
just one, you know.
Anthony just play that ball short a lot of times.
And he always pointing, like, you know, it was
Yeah.
supposed to reach there, and you
Like
were, the
my
man was
English,
supposed
Maybe
to.
it's
my
an air
English,
traffic control
my
or
English
something.
ain't go. My English ain't good. So amigo, so so.
Nah.
No, the minister of Portuguese, but they don't talk Spanish.
Jesus telling Nico and them this. Yeah, they for Nico and them, right?
Oh
They for
no.
Nico. Yeah, right.
Nah, don't worry now.
No scene.
Second half of the season.
Yeah.
I hope for our sake it's true.
Yeah. Well, I know Nico. I know you are the pump out.
Yeah.
Right. So whenever you're ready. Right. Corbin, as someone on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying I shouting out. He's saying
Roy
I shouting out
Keane.
Roy Keane for putting Virgil in his place today. Yeah, you can't come
I
and talk
second
that kind of
that.
trash. You
I
can't come and talk
second
that kind
that.
of trash. Yeah.
Don't come and talk that trash when only win one trophy in 30 years. Take it down a little bit.
Yeah. JP saying here Scott look like he is a hard-working pro, but just not good enough to play for Man United. Yeah, I think there's it, right?
Boy, he good enough for to play for Ten Hag right now.
Yeah.
Hey, gents, I just sign off, right? So,
All right, no problem.
all the best. Next
Yeah,
review,
brother.
Jordan. Thanks for touching base. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, man.
Yeah, you as well.
Yeah, man. All right.
blessings. Yeah. JP saying here the problem wouldn't have been Bruno in the team. The problem would have been Meno. Would have been on the bench, and Amrabat would have to have Casper next to him. Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. More than anything, Bruno's suspension shows how Scott is more the problem, because the two in the middle give us stability. Yeah. Could say here Bruno just give us a defensive shift as well, and his creativity. So him and Menu and Amrabat is a better combination. Right?
Bruno
Jesus,
defensive cover real poor because he does be all over the place. He lacks positional awareness. Bad.
and discipline.
And this
He gets back, but he gets back ineffectively.
Yeah, and he's give away too much fouls too, boy.
way too much.
But he spent more whenever the ball is taken away from Bruno. The first thing Bruno does is goes to the ground and holds his face or holds his foot instead of tracking back.
Yeah. Jesus saying here, Stephen Nicol as well intimidated Bruno not playing was a blessing. Right? Christian saying here Scott was for sale. Alright, I'll let Scott proper again. Let me go.
Man, every
Scott
comment
was
is
for sale
cut
this
by.
summer.
But now he now say we only talking about Scott.
Right? He was never a
Yes, Scott lawyer, we doctor.
He doctor, how do we doctor? He no medicine, no law.
But he
Right,
now say that how we talking about Scott. We done pass Scott.
Let me give my air. He was never a Ten Hag favorite and was never in Ten Hag's plans. But he's a player who always gives his all and plays with passion. You could tell Scotty play in goal and he will go in goal. Hence, every manager likes him. As I say, he is not high quality player, but he's a good squad rotation player. Something like what Fletcher was for Ferguson, or as Jordan say, Parkley song, right? Could
I
say here,
remember Fletcher eventually was good enough to be a proper starter.
yeah, could say here, and this is why I love Hannibal. When he plays, very often you see him fall between the centre backs and carry the ball. Yeah, Dango does the same. You see, was part of the game, Menu directing men. Yeah, them fellas, the time will come, good. Don't worry, the time will come. Alright? Funny enough, Scotty football IQ higher than Rashford at times, eh? All you,
Ooh.
What?
all you
My
behave.
God.
Alright, behave. Simeon Senior, if you have Bruno and McTominay in midfield, there's always there will always be free runners when teams counter attack. Always. Yeah, we see it every
always.
game.
Yeah.
Every game. Today was the most disciplined and compact we were in midfield. And that because Bruno wasn't there, one of Bruno or McTominay wasn't there.
I
Right?
think men make up the mind, boy. I can't take 7 today.
Yeah. Jordan, thanks again for being a part. I know it probably very, very early and you have stuff to do tomorrow or today. Right? So thanks again,
Yeah.
man.
Blessings,
Thank
brother.
you, and
Blessings,
have a
buddy.
good Christmas.
All right, man.
Same to you, man.
Merry New Year.
Yeah, so guys, we're in the wrapping up phase, right? We're going for closing thoughts after these two comments. Eric Lewis saying here, Garnacho also needs to build his strength up. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
But we don't want it to be built to the point where he losing the athleticism and agility, right?
Yeah.
So it had to really be balanced. JP saying here, if Bruno could stay closer to Rasmus with Meno and Amrabat behind him, that would be, yeah, I think so. The
answer there.
The problem is to get Scott McTominay out of the team, right? Kaden on the inside. Kaden, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, fellas, at least Fletcher could control the ball. Man really compared Marcos to... Could say here, Eric needs some sago porridge. Fellas, let me wrap it. Let me get some closing thoughts. Phil.
Who's our next fixture against?
West Ham.
Away?
Woo!
Okay.
Game for your money.
Let me take it one game at a time, right? The guys did well defensively today. We have 2 more games until 2024, right? 2 more or 1 more?
I think 3.
We got 3 more games before 2024 come around.
West Ham
remember
Forest,
Christmas
West Ham
season.
Forest and West Ham Forest and
Aston Villa?
somebody. Villa.
Okay. Well, let me end the year on a positive with these 3 games. I don't expect 3 W's, but I would like 2 W's and a draw. But we'll see, man. Well disciplined team today versus Liverpool. Let's show this discipline to the next 3 teams for the rest of 2023.
Yeah. We're saying, chef.
All I'm begging for is just a little consistency,
Yeah.
Just give me a little consistency, Nadred. Obvious. I think we could really put aside now that the Ten Hag lost his dressing room. He back in the players. But he players now had to back the manager. And when the manager asks for them to do a job, do the man job properly now. That is all. Now we hope we could get the next 3 games to end the year, could really kick on to something good for the new year.
Correct.
Because with all the nonsense we riding. So imagine if we really go on a run a 10-game winless without losing. So yeah, let me hope and see.
Yeah. What are you doing? Closing thoughts.
But I'm now checking. We next 10 games, right? On paper, only one tough game we have really and truly. Right? That is Manchester City, March the 2nd. March the 2nd. Right? Other than that, well, I'm not even counting Villa as a tough game because honestly, in my deep in my heart, I think Manchester United is capable of beating these teams.
I ain't know about all of that.
I know that
It's a,
Villa in the top three.
no, listen, right?
Villa in top three
I
and
I know
looking real
I,
good.
I understand all that. But if we could have put all the effort today, right, with this bag of shambles and secure a goalless draw today, I honestly believe that Manchester United have the capability of beating people. Right? Once them fellas them put the mind to it, carry about the job as they're supposed to, things will happen and we have to start scoring goals. Because had Manchester United been scoring goals, we'd have been up there now. Right? This is the first draw we draw for the whole season. We draw no other game. All our games is win and loss. Understand? All our games is win or lose. And have we been score and the games we lose, we created all kind of 20 chances and all kind of thing and we scoring none.
None.
Understand? We scoring none. So had we been scoring goals, it would be totally different. Today, whoever had scored first today in that last couple of minutes win the game today now. Whoever scored first in them last minutes because in the last 10 minutes was coming,
Yeah, the game was
opportunities
game
was coming.
open. Yeah, it was open.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
had anybody score there, would have win the game. And we get two chances and back to square one, can't score. But barring that, I just hope we can build on this today, take some confidence from it, and go and finish the year strong.
Yep.
Right? Finish the year strong. And we have two more games in the first half. Yeah, two more games. And yeah, which is West Ham and Villa. Right? And we start in the second half of the season against Forest. Start the second half of the season strong on the 30th of December. And going to 2024, united.
Yeah. Yeah.
That we have to be united. The fans have to be united with the team.
Correct.
Right? Because we can't have the team one way and the fans going on next way. Nah, that can't work. Yes, you'll be vexed until with the team, vexed with 10 out the big ball head. But the decisions he making, I honestly believe, is decisions he comfortable with. And if he comfortable with it, I'll be vexed and pissed, but I will support him until they decide he's not the man to be with us anymore. Because I know my call. Understand? But other than that, I just want me to move forward and all the best.
Yeah, man.
That's all I could ask. That's all I could ask for.
Yeah, man. For real.
Yeah, you know.
Understand? Because I don't know, honestly, fellas, I don't know how I would have survived today if we lost that game today.
Why?
Because I tell you, people was waiting to send me
Yeah, I
text
was
message.
waiting.
Yeah. There was waiting.
I was waiting.
There was a Chelsea man giving me talk. I said, but Dan, I beat all you. What you telling me? About how Salah will be scoring goal from dressing room.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's
fellas, so I think
yeah.
that brings us to the end of the pod. So again, Phil, Dwayne, Chef, Jordan, and Nico, who had to jump out earlier, do appreciate it. Those in the comment section, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares, thanks for your contribution. We appreciate it. You all keep us going, and you all are part of the show. So keep it up, and keep the love flowing, man. Right? Don't forget, we also on YouTube, so subscribe on that platform if you haven't already. Right? We want to get All in All United to grow. All right. So guys, we will be here again on Saturday to review West Ham. So let's hope for the consistency as Chef was begging for. I begging for it. Dwayne, Phil, everybody, we want consistency.
Yeah, but
You know? So let me get more points on the table and let me move up the table now, man.
we call it Moise between boy. Nah, boy.
Boy. Yeah.
Moise, we can't afford that, boy. We can't get Moise a talking point on me, boy.
That will be a difficult game.
Yeah, it will. But we had the capabilities are beaten, you know. So
Yeah,
let
yeah,
them fellas come out and step
I
up,
tell
right?
you.
Yeah. So guys, it was nice. See you on the next one. Have a good night.
All right, man.
yeah.